is NCAA college basketball featuring the Waves of Pepperdine University. Tonight's broadcast is a production of the Pepperdine University Department of Athletics, Game and Entertainment, and ESPN+. Welcome into Firestone Fieldhouse on the Pepperdine campus in Malibu, along with Pepperdine University President Jim Gash. I'm Al Epstein as the Waves get ready to take on the Bulldogs from Gonzaga in West Coast Conference action. They've turned the lights off to introduce the Pepperdine lineup, and with the Waves coming off a big win against San Diego last Saturday, 83-77. And Pepperdine sits at 2 wins and 2 losses and good for 5th place in the conference standing. For Gonzaga, they haven't played in a week. Going back to last Thursday, lost a tough game on the road at Santa Clara, 77-76. They are 2-1 in 4th place. Starting lineups for Pepperdine up front: Javon Porter, Boubacar Coulibaly, Ethan Anderson, along with Houston Millett, the guards, and Michael Ajayi will be the other forward. Head coach of the Waves is Lorenzo Romar. In his 6th season, second time around, he actually coached the Waves from 1996 through 1999, and on his staff back then in 1999 was Randy Bennett, the outstanding coach at St. Mary's. For Gonzaga, and they will start up front, Graham Ike and Anton Watson, the guards of Ryan Nemhard, along with Dusty Stromer and Nolan Hickman. Those the starting lineups. Mark Few is the head coach in his 25th season, and he is looking for win number 700. He sits at 699. He's a 14-time West Coast Conference Coach of the Year. Our players to watch in this one for Pepperdine: Houston Millett comes in averaging 16 points a game, the 6'5 junior who leads Pepperdine with 45 three-pointers. He is a preseason all-conference selection, one of the top guards in the WCC. For Gonzaga, Anton Watson, who comes off a great performance against Santa Clara, 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 steals, but his team came up short, 77-76. He's a 6'9", 230-pound graduate senior, and really one of the top players in the conference. Players to watch have been brought to you by Rusnak BMW, and tonight's game also being brought to you by Rusnak BMW. There you see Mark Few in his 24th year as the head coach. Our officials for tonight's game will be Randy Richardson, Bill Vinovich, and Michael Mojica, as the tip won by Pepperdine, moving left to right in the gray, blue, and orange. And Jim, certainly welcome, a great crowd, great atmosphere tonight. You gotta love it, a packed house here at Firestone Fieldhouse.
Amen, great to be here with you, Al, on your 1179th broadcast for Pepperdine in a row without missing one. This is gonna be one that no one's gonna wanna miss.
Can this be the night that the Waves break that losing streak that goes back to 2002?
I've got a feeling, Al, I've got a feeling.
According to the local newspapers, Pepperdine comes in as a 13.5-point underdog. Watson along the baseline. Jumper doesn't go. Rebound tipped and taken by Anderson, who fumbles it. Waves had it. Anderson and Watson diving, and it's a jump ball. And already you can see the intensity and energy by both teams. This is an important game for both schools.
Both teams hustling, and both teams need this win. They need to get the momentum going for the season. Gonzaga is not how it's been in the last several years, as we've seen, dropping out of the poll, the top 25 for the first time in a long time, maybe since I was in junior high, something like that. It's been a long time.
143 consecutive weeks they have been ranked in the top 25, and they've finally fallen out, going back to 2015-2016. The Zags are the highest scoring team in the conference, 84 points a game. Waves come in averaging 73. Inside to Ike, double teamed inside to Watson, who lays it up and in. And the Zags take a 2-0 lead. They work it inside. Well, certainly some of the keys for tonight's game for Pepperdine. They're going to need to rebound. Waves need to control the defensive boards. Don't give up any second and third shots. Check the front line. And the three-point shot is good. And the first basket being brought to you by Wolfpack Wealth Management. Houston Millett with a three. And getting back again as the ball goes inside, and it's 5-3. The Zags, they come right back with a basket. Javon Porter right side. Porter backing in, out in front to Koulibaly, dribble down the lane, pivot again, left-handed shot, he forced it, rebound taken by Ike. The transfer from the University of Wyoming, sat out last year with an injury. He comes in averaging 15 points, almost 8 rebounds a game, and a foul on Koulibaly. Get back to those keys to tonight's game. The Waves again need to check the Zags front line, cover inside their bigs and not allow easy baskets. Ride the Waves, a sellout crowd tonight. The energy, excitement, and emotion should help Pepperdine as Gonzaga brings it in after the foul against Koulibaly. Ike again spins along the baseline, jumper good. Graham Ike, a sensational player along the baseline, 7-3 Gonzaga.
Ike really took it to Pepperdine this last game at Spokane, and so they got to shut him down tonight.
Michael Ajayi along the baseline, leading scorer in the conference, 18 points a game, missed the jumper. For Gonzaga, they need to continue to get the ball inside. They have to establish low post scoring early. The three ball, they've struggled shooting threes this year. Make their outside shots to balance out their scoring along the baseline. No good by Ike. And they just know how to win. Zags beat Pepperdine earlier this season. They are very confident. Porter top of the key. Three-pointer good. 7-6 Zags. Left side Hickman. Jumper no good. Rebound grab and Pepperdine gets it. Ethan Anderson front court. To Koulibaly to Porter. Porter dribbling at 6'11". The sophomore throws it up. He forced it. Shot misses. In the starting lineup, Ben Gregg for Gonzaga, the 6'10 junior. Inside Ike missed the putback. Ball goes out of bounds. And last touch by Pepperdine, it will be Gonzaga ball. Well, the battle early on the board certainly very important for both teams.
Absolutely. Gonzaga has 4 of the top 20 rebounders in the conference. Pepperdine has 1. Pepperdine's got to spread out its rebounding and make sure that it's a team effort.
Ike right side. In fact, Gonzaga is one of the top rebounding teams in the nation. They're a +9, ranked 17 in the nation. And Ike once again able to drop it in, and he's off to a good start working down low. 9-6 Zags, 16:22 to play. In this first half, Ethan Anderson has been playing so well for the Waves. The transfer from Wyoming actually was on the same team as Ike and played last year, but Ike sat out with an injury. Porter inside missed a short jumper, and Gray gets the rebound. Now he's starting in place of Dusty Stromer, the 6'6 freshman from Southern California. Capacity of Firestone Fieldhouse, about 3,100. There are a few empty seats. Hickman top of the key, that shot no good. Gray gets the rebound. That shot misses. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Gonzaga. We get a timeout. 15:48 to play in the first half. Gonzaga 9, Pepperdine 6. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Welcome back into Firestone Fieldhouse in the Pepperdine campus here in Malibu, along with Pepperdine University President Jim Gasham, Mel Epstein. 9-6 Zags over Pepperdine, 15:48 to go. And Jim, first of all, back in October 6th, during Blue and Orange Madness here at Firestone Fieldhouse, they had a basketball preview, men and women. You had a chance to take a half-court shot, so let's take a look at that magical night.
Yeah, this was a half-court shot for tuition for a student. We drew his name out of a hat. This is for $63,000 for that student.
A great shot, and of course mobbed by all the players and fans. When you released the ball, did you think it was going in?
It felt like it was. It came off right in. I'd thrown a couple practice up and gotten the rim several times, so I thought maybe there was a chance. So I got it. Yeah, felt pretty good about it.
It's a great moment. If you've been to the county fair, you would want a teddy bear.
Teddy bears are less expensive than what this the student won.
Right. All right, Pepperdine ball moving left to right. Malik Moore comes in, the 6'5 sophomore, averaging 9 a game. Michael Ajayi. It goes to Millette, jumper off the mark. Ball tipped and taken by Gregg of Gonzaga. Again, a +9 per game rebounding. They rank 17th in the nation on the board, so they're so good protecting the defensive and offensive boards. Pepperdine has been a +3 this year, so they've been a good rebounding team. Both teams starting a man-to-man defense. This is Ryan Nemhard looking down low to Watson along the baseline. Good ball movement. Greg open along the baseline. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound taken by Ajayi. Number 2 in the West Coast Conference. Just under 10 a game.
He has had a series of double-doubles over the course of this season. One of the leading double-double scorers in the country because of his rebounding and his scoring.
First personal on Anton Watson. Lorenzo Romar in his 27th year overall. 15 years at the University of Washington. 3 times Pac-12 Conference Coach of the Year. Won 5 league titles. Of course, he coached at Pepperdine in 96 through 1999. Houston Millette dribbling right back to Porter. 14 on the shot clock. 14:43 to play. Ajayi in the lane. Jumper rolls off the rim. Rebound inside. The putback by Porter is good and is fouled.
Great positioning under the basket to get that offensive rebound. That's what we need, is offensive rebounds.
Take another look. Porter at 6'11", who missed the first 12 games of the season. Boubacar Coulibaly missed the first 10, and the Waves really starting to come together. Had a great win last Saturday at San Diego, down by 13 at halftime, and came back to win it by 6, 83-77. Porter completes the three-point play, and we are tied at 9, 14:33 remaining. Ryan Nembhard, the transfer from Creighton. They go inside to Ike. The Waves double him quickly. Ike backs in, spins, lays it up and in. Graham Ike, as a freshman in Wyoming, averaged almost a double-double. He was first-team all-conference. He's 6'9", 255. Millette outside, three-pointer no good. Watson with another rebound. Waves started the game 2 of 7 from the field. Waves forced a turnover. Pepperdine with it. Moore in the front court. It goes to Ajayi, guarded by Watson, and then held on the dribble. We're going to be on Anton Watson, and that's number 2 on him.
That would be a critical part of the game. If Watson got into foul trouble, that would make this game a lot closer.
He's going to have to come out early. Anton Watson, a former Washington State Player of the Year in 2019. Niels Cooper comes in for Pepperdine. The 6'5" freshman, Coulibaly, will sit down. The Waves are a very versatile team. Here you see Mark Few, 14 times the West Coast Conference Coach of the Year. Last time in 2021. This is Ajayi with the dribble along the baseline. Jumper good. We're tied at 11. 13:45 to play. Right side, Ben Gregg at 6'10". They go to Ike backing in along the baseline jumper, and he knocks it down. Graham Ike already with 8. 13-11 in favor of the Zags. Out of Spokane, Washington, on the eastern part of the state. Out in front, Porter, three-point shot is long. Rebound grabbed by Nembhard. 2 years at Creighton. His brother Andrew played at Gonzaga for 3 years, now starring in the NBA. Ryan Nembhard leading the conference, averaging almost 6 assists a game. Again, Ike on the baseline, short jumper, unstoppable, and he has 10. 15-11 Gonzaga. They're down in San Diego on Saturday. And for Pepperdine, they're home against LMU on Saturday at 7 o'clock. We'll have it on ESPN+. It's Javon Porter with the dribble. Go to the basket, lay it off to Cooper, right back to Porter, guarded by Ike. But Nembhard almost with the steal. This is Cooper dribbling, 5 on the shot clock. The ball knocked out of bounds. And last touch by Gonzaga. Dusty Stromer back in, the 6'6" freshman out of Southern California, and Notre Dame Sherman Oaks. Ike will come out, and this is Braden Huff coming in, number 34, a 6'10" redshirt freshman who gave the Waves a lot of trouble in the first meeting back on the 4th of January in Spokane. Game won by Gonzaga. All right, Millette will throw up a wild shot, almost went in. Rebound Cooper and foul.
Cooper has provided a lot of spark off the bench this year as a freshman coming in and really giving some serious athleticism to the court out there.
Great physical so far. Officials, Randy Richardson, Bill Vinovich, and Michael Mojica. There you see a double team. Huff right there draws the foul. First on him. 14 fouls against the Zags. Waves, who have not beaten Gonzaga since 2002, and the Zags lead the overall series 66-31. Last time Pepperdine beat Gonzaga was in Malibu here at Firestone Fieldhouse at 88-79, a series that dates back to 1964.
And if you do the math, Pepperdine had a 31-19 lead in the series and lost 46 in a row to get us where we are now.
Years ago, the Waves used to dominate Gonzaga. They actually came over from the Big Sky Conference in 1979, the same year that brought in San Diego. Pepperdine joined the conference, the West Coast Conference, in 1955 with Loyola Marymount. Right side to Stromer, the freshman, 15-13 Zags. Along the baseline, it goes inside, throwing it up and in, and laying it in is Ben Gregg.
Excellent ball movement by the Zags there.
Ben Gregg, 6'10", the junior from Clackamas, Oregon. He was a four-star recruit coming out of high school. Moves extremely well. 2020 was the Oregon State Player of the Year. And he's averaging 8 points a game this season. He actually can step outside and shoot threes. Has 13 on the season. Free throw good by Gregg. And it's 18-13 Zags. Their biggest lead so far of 5. 12:09 to play. Right side, Malik Moore. Guarded by Nembhard. Top of the key, Millette. Three-point shot is off the mark. Ball tipped by Ajayi, but he cannot come up with it. Make it Jalen Petrie, just in, the 6'8" sophomore out of Long Beach. Zags, who dropped out of the top 25 for the first time since 2015-2016. This is Gregg, goes inside to Huff, puts it up and in. Braden Huff. You know, certainly early on, the Zags really focusing on getting the ball down low, and they've had great success so far. 2013 Gonzaga, 11.5 to play. Boy, the students have turned out. It's a great crowd on this Thursday night. This is Millette back to Petrie, and we're going to get a hold and a foul against the Zags. We get a timeout, 11:24 to play in the first half. Zags lead 2013. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. The Zags with their biggest lead of 7, 2013, 11:24 remaining. Pepperdine only hitting 26% from the floor, 4 of 15. The Bulldogs 9 of 17, 53%. So Pepperdine fortunate to be only down by 7. Of course, Firestone Fieldhouse been playing basketball here since 1973. And Jim, a brand new arena, event center coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. They broke ground recently, and it should be quite a complex on campus.
Yes, we broke ground this past fall, and we're going to be opening it up for basketball in the fall of 26, God willing. We're thrilled that the Mountain at Mullen Park is going to include the arena, a student center, a parking structure, and a practice gym. So we're thrilled that there's a big hole in the ground right now, and it's going to be replaced by a stadium and a student center.
What will happen with Firestone Fieldhouse when it's all said and done?
It's going to continue to be used in various ways, and so all that's being determined.
It should be an outstanding addition. It'll seat about 4,000?
Yeah, about 3,600.
3,600. Sort of looking forward to that. Waves hanging in there despite the poor shooting. Bulldogs again rebounding, out-rebounding the Waves 13-6. And we talked about that on our keys of the game, brought to you by University Credit Union. And of course, the Waves' first basket, Wealth Management, one of our fine sponsors. Also, as we get a foul, Bulldogs now with 16 fouls.
Yeah, that new mountain complex is going to have a center-hung scoreboard, a true arena. It'll be a very different feel for the fans here.
And a practice facility as well, correct?
Absolutely, yep.
And there'll be a cafe, a coffee house, something like that?
Absolutely. There'll be a restaurant and a cafe as well.
Should be a great addition. 2013 Waves have possession, 10 on the shot clock. Cooper with the dribble. And cut off there. It goes to Petrie. On the weave to Millette, fire up a three-pointer, comes up short, and taken by Nembhard. Nembhard out of the backcourt. Left side to Hickman, three-point shot rolls off the rim, tipped by Stromer, no good, and the rebound grab, and taken by Coulibaly. Come to front court to Malik Moore, top of the key. Right side to Petrie, long three-point shot. That hits the back of the rim, and the Waves continue to be ice cold. Just get the feeling maybe they're kind of shooting a little bit quick, don't you think, Jim?
Yeah, they're pressing. They're pressing. They feel like they were in the game. They got behind early and trying to get back all at once. They need to continue to work the ball inside, and they get the open kick out for the good three-point shot.
Fortunate to be down by only 7. We get a foul. Going to be against Pepperdine. Going to be on Malik Moore. Waves 3 team fouls. 10-16 remaining. 23rd team. Michael Ajayi comes in. What a big addition he has been, the 6'7", 220-pound junior from Kent, Washington, just out of Seattle. He came in under the radar, was not heavily recruited. He is not a diamond in the rough. He is a diamond. He is averaging, leading the conference, scoring better than 18 a game, second in the league in rebounding, just under 10 a night. His numbers are even better in league, 22 and 11. 9 on the shot clock, steal by Cooper. Waves forced the turnover. Cooper driving, lay it in.
You see that athleticism reminiscent of his father, who played in the NBA for the Lakers.
Michael Cooper was Showtime back in the 80s with Magic Johnson. Niels Cooper, the 6'5" freshman, was able to force the turnover and get an easy basket. 2015, Zags outside Huff. At 6'10", can shoot the three. 23-15 Bulldogs, 9.5 to go in the first half. There's Javon Porter, right side to Michael Ajayi. And again, not heavily recruited. Came down to Pepperdine in Santa Barbara. Right side Porter with the dribble. Get inside, shot blocked from behind, and that's Braden Huff. To Nemhard in the front court. Boy, have awfully good. Glenbard High School in Glen Ellen, Illinois. Right side to Nolan Hickman. Hickman, a returning starter, originally committed to Kentucky, was rated the number 13 player in the nation back in 2021. Driving, it comes back outside, 7 on the shot clock. This is Hickman, three-point shot way off. Ball taken, Pepperdine, Michael Ajayi. 8:45 to go in the first half. Pepperdine again, they're really struggling in the lane. Anderson back to Porter. Gonzaga really underrated defensively. They're a very good defensive team. They go inside to Cooper. Koulibaly with a slam dunk.
That's what we call a high percentage shot. We need more high percentage shots.
Nothing but net. All right, 23-17. Pepperdine down, 8:19 to go. This is up on the baseline. Turn, short jumper, and it goes in again. He has 7 since coming in. 25-17. Bulldogs with the lead. Pepperdine with the ball. Ethan Anderson dribble to the basket. Underneath, throw it up. Shot too strong. Gray gets the rebound in Nemhard. Down the lane, driving. Gray hitting foul, trying to take it to the basket. It's going to be on Javon Porter. We get a timeout, 7:54 to play in the first half, 25-17 Zags. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Gonzaga with a 25-17 advantage, 7:54 to go in this first half. Along with Pepperdine University President Jim Gash, I'm Al Epstein. And Jim, besides basketball, but the Waves have had great success in many other sports. I think of golf, their men's volleyball program, national titles, women's soccer, swimming, water polo, things like that. They've had great success.
Yeah, Pepperdine had 8 teams in the top 25 last year. That's one of the best non-Power 5 conference schools that we've had in sports. And we were national champions in golf 3 years ago. The same year, our women's tennis team came within just a whisper of winning the national championship, losing in the finals against Texas. Incredible sports. The NCAA has a Division I AAA where you take all the scores. You take all the scores from all of the sports and add them together. And all of the 100 non-football schools, we've been first in the country the last 2 years in a row.
Quite an accomplishment. I think a men's golf national title in 2021. And so Thigala, of course, one of the...
Exactly. He was part of the 2020 team when Michael Beard was National Coach of the Year, our men's golf coach. Our women's golf coach has won National Coach of the Year twice, Lori Gibbs.
Greg misses both free throws, and 8-point advantage. We're going to get an offensive foul against Pepperdine. Going to be on Jalen Petrie. Waves so far just their second turnover of the night, and for Gonzaga only 3. Zags do not beat themselves. They only average about 11.5 turnovers a game. Pepperdine also about 12 turnovers a night. 7.5 remain in the first half. Ball tipped out of bounds, 25-17. Biggest lead of the night for the Zags. Been 2 lead changes and 2 ties, but again, Pepperdine shooting just 28% from the floor, 6 of 21. Gonzaga 11 of 22 at 50%. They lead the conference shooting at 50% on the season. Right, Nolan Hickman goes to Huff. The redshirt freshman has made an impact as he did in the first meeting. 8 on the shot clock. Huff will launch a 3-pointer. It's off the mark. Rebound taken by Stromer. He fumbled it. Waves run it down into Javon Porter.
Waves got numbers.
To Ethan Anderson. In the lane to Porter. Pivots, throws it up and in.
Now that was an NBA move. He's got 2 brothers in the NBA, and so he's learning from them.
Brother Michael with the Denver Nuggets. Now NBA champs from last year. Waves down only 25-19 despite the poor shooting. Out in front, wide open Hickman. 3-point shot is good.
His brother Jonte also in the Toronto Raptors organization.
Nolan Hickman, who comes in averaging 12 a game, is 29th 3-pointer of the year. And it's 28-19, 9-point lead. This is Ajayi, top of the circle, on the backcourt, layup and in.
That'll get the crowd on its feet. That'll get the crowd on its feet. That guy's my height. I thought he was going to dunk it.
You see Michael Ajayi, who does just about everything great pass to Ethan Anderson. The foul's going to be on Huff. For Huff his second. Team foul number 7. And Ethan Anderson trying to complete the 3-point play. 28-21 Zags. 6:22 to go. Free throw good by Anderson. We get a timeout taken by the Waves. 28-22. Pepperdine trailing by 6. 6:22 remaining in this first half of action before a packed house here at Firestone Fieldhouse. And Jim, with everything going on, Dr. Stephen Potts will retire at the end of the year, and I know you want to acknowledge him and the great number of years he has served Pepperdine, done such a great job over that period of time.
Yeah, I've known Steve for 30 years. He was an associate dean at the law school when I was a student here, and when he went off to become Lipscomb's athletic director, we were thrilled when he came back, and he has done an incredible job over 2 decades building a program, launching us into the next chapter as we get ready to open this mountain. Steve has been just an incredible friend and an incredible leader here at Pepperdine. We win the right way. We win with character and with faith, and Steve has been a leader in that regard.
And how's the process been going?
The process has begun. We have hired a national search firm, and the search for Steve's successor is underway. Big shoes to fill.
And the time frame, hopefully to have someone in place.
Yeah, we're hoping to have someone identified this spring and have some overlap over the summer with Steve to make sure that the transition is smooth.
All right, Waves down, 28-22. Waves are going to pick up in the backcourt. 6:19 to go. Ryan Nemhart out of Creighton, transferred in out of the NCAA portal. He was considered the #1 player in the portal this past year. Stromer shot misses badly. Waves get the ball in the front court. This is Porter, dribble drive to the basket underneath, lay it up and in. The pass is fouled. Javon Porter is such a unique player at 6'11". He can take you off the dribble, and he's so good at doing that, and he can also step outside and make 3-pointers. Great balance.
As you've seen, Jalen has really taken a big step forward in the last couple of games coming off this injury that slowed him down. He's in the form he was in last year when he was one of the top freshmen in the conference.
Free throw missing, 28-24. Pepperdine down by only 4, 5:55 to go. In the front court, Nemhart. He was the freshman of the year in the Big East a couple years ago. playing on Creighton. We get a foul against Pepperdine. Going to be on Porter. Team 6 foul for Porter, that's number 1, and the ball goes out of bounds to Gonzaga. They're in their blue, white, and red, moving right to left. Hickman in the lane, double team, gets in the air and throws it up and in. Noah Hickman. When you look at Gonzaga, Jim, they're going to have to do a lot of winning over the next couple of weeks to get back to the NCAA tournament. They're certainly on the fence, and they got a long way to go to get back and get back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, this is the first time in a long time that they were not. First time in a long time that they are not included in the projected bracketology by Joe Lunardi. They're on the outside looking in. They're going to have a good run in conference or win the conference championship.
Can this league get in 2 teams into the NCAAs?
This team can conceivably get in 3 teams. You got St. Mary's with a 30 NET right now, looking good, looking strong, and you got San Francisco just on the outside. And if Gonzaga makes a run as well, possibly 3, but right now it looks like 2 is probably the likely outcome.
Houston Millett making that 3 a moment ago. They go inside, missed underneath by Watson, and Pepperdine has it. 30-27 Zags. Ajayi has been awfully quiet early on. Ajayi with the dribble to the basket. Pass inside, missing the lay-in was Petrie, and the rebound grabbed by Gonzaga. Front court, it goes down low to Ike. Ike backs in, double team, pivots, he's so strong, and draws the foul. Even with a double team, he was able to get a shot away. Petrie's second, 17 fouls against Pepperdine. Remember, Graham Ike, the 6'9", 255-pound junior from Aurora, Colorado. He was a 3-star recruit, did not play last year. He was first-team all-conference as a freshman. And for the Bulldogs, they're missing their free throws early, just 1 of 4. 30-27 Gonzaga. They've led by as many as 9. There have been 2 ties and 2 lead changes. 4:54 to play. That free throw is good by Ike. Now has 11 in the game. Huff has 7, leading the Bulldogs. Watson returning, had to sit down, picked up a couple of quick fouls early. 4:44 to play. Ball goes inside to Coulibaly. Comes back to Ajayi. Ajayi with only 2 points in the game. League's leading scorer. Drives to the basket. Laid up and in.
I think he was listening to you, Al. He wanted to show you he's got more points in him.
He must have heard us. It's 31-29. Pepperdine back by 2. Right side to Ike. Ike on the baseline. Backs in on Coulibaly. Fall away jumper off the mark. Rebound taken by Moore. Here comes Pepperdine. Moore in the front court. Goes to Porter. Back out to Millett. The Waves can tie, maybe take the lead with 4 minutes remaining. Left side Porter. 3-pointer. Good!
That's the loudest it's been in this gym in a long time, Al. I'm loving this.
The Waves have the lead, 32-31, 3:57 to go. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Pepperdine fans want a chance to win $5,000. The University Credit Union For the Money Challenge will take place at the January 20th men's basketball game against LMU. This year, all Pepperdine fans are eligible to enter. For more information or to register online, please visit PepperdineWaves.com/UCU. Well, Pepperdine has gotten the lead, 32-31, 3:57 remaining in this first half, and Pepperdine now shooting 43% from the floor, 12 of 28. We take a look at some of the highlights. Javon Porter with a long 3. Porter with 13 points in the game on 5 of 9 shooting. Gonzaga cooled off, shooting 45% from the floor, 13 of 29. And Jim, for you actually played football at Abilene Christian. You were a quarterback and a kicker. Number 1, were you a soccer-style kicker or straightaway?
Soccer style. I was a soccer player as a kid growing up.
And what do you remember about those days playing football at Abilene Christian, some of the highlights?
Well, I would say just being part of a team of guys that loved each other and loved what we did and trying to have some success. I was a I was a passing quarterback. I didn't have the knees or the speed to run an option, so love getting back in that pocket and throwing the ball. I've had now 11 knee operations since then, so my agility is not where it used to be.
And of course, you also were on the track team. You threw the javelin.
Threw the javelin. Same throwing motion as the football, so I could throw the ball a long way and I could throw a javelin a long way.
There you go. All right, the Waves have the lead. Zags have the ball. Ryan Nemhart. Right side it goes to Watson, playing with 2 fouls. He does not want to pick up his third before halftime. 10 on the shot clock. Hickman driving. Kick it out to Watson, to Gregg with 5 on the shot clock. They go inside, and laying it up and in is Nolan Hickman, moving well without the ball. Hickman was 7. EK with 11. Anton Watson has just 2 for Gonzaga. Pepperdine's Ajayi has only 4. 33-32, Zags get back the lead. Zags have led by as many as 9, but it's been that close. Top of the key to Moore, 3-point shot, good.
He stepped
3 minutes to go.
He has stepped in for Mike Mitchell, who transferred to Minnesota as a great outside shooter and an excellent playmaker.
All right, Gonzaga goes to Watson along the baseline. Short jumper, and he knocks it down. His 4th point. We are tied at 35, 2:40 to play. And Michael Ajayi with the dribble. Throws it to Millette, out to Coulibaly. Zag still in that man-to-man defense. Millette goes down low to Ajayi. 12 on the shot clock. Ajayi double-teamed. Pivots, still looking. Fumbled by Porter, and the Waves turn it over. Front court, Gonzaga, Nemhart. Right side of Hickman. 3-point shot is short. Long rebound. Ball fumbled and taken by Moore. Here comes Pepperdine. Left side, ball tipped out of bounds. Nice transition defense by Ben Gregg at 6'10". Will be Pepperdine ball. They get 25 on the shot clock. We're tied at 35, 2:06 to go. There you see Mark Few, who was actually an assistant coach at Gonzaga for 8 years under Dan Fitzgerald and Dan Munson before he got the head coaching job. He is looking for win number 700 tonight. It will be a memorable moment. He'll be only one of 14 coaches in the history of the NCAA to reach 700. All right, Moore right side with the dribble. 14 times Coach of the Year, Mark Few. Here's Ajayi's jumper, and he got it.
National Coach of the Year in 2016-2017 season.
Right side, Nembhard. It's hard to believe the Zags have won 11 straight regular season championships, but that's in danger this year. St. Mary's is in first. They are 4-0. They are not playing tonight, and throwing it up and in. The basket's going to count. Oh, they're going to say a flop against Pepperdine. Well, Lorenzo Roma pleading. The basket good by Watson. You see Watson against Ajayi. They signaled a flop. I didn't see it, but they did call the foul on Michael Ajayi. You see Lorenzo Roma played his basketball at the University of Washington. 1980, was drafted by the Golden State Warriors. Played 5 years in the NBA. Out of 37, free throw rolls in. And Watson now with 7. Zag shooting 49% from the floor, 16-33. Pepperdine 14-30, 47%. All right, right side as Millette goes to Porter. Porter with the dribble. That's 6'11", double teamed. Inside it goes to Anderson. 14-foot jumper is long. Ball tipped and taken by Hickman. 38-37, Zags were under a minute. In the front court, Nolan Hickman. It goes to Watson. Watson with the dribble. Might be the player of the year in the conference. He's having a sensational season. Watson dribbling along the baseline. Throws it up. Shot missing. Taken by Millette. Millette front court. Millette will pull up for a 3 and got it.
He's feeling it, Al. He's feeling it.
Houston Millette with 9, his third three-pointer. Now with 48 on the year. The Waves lead 40-38. 19 seconds to go. The shot clock about 2 seconds ahead of the game clock. So the Bulldogs will let it wind down. Nemhard bounces it in the lane to Ike. Throws it up and missed the shot. 5 seconds. Oh, pass intercepted and laid it in is Hickman. A great play by Nolan Hickman. Time runs out. However, there was a whistle. And they're going to call the players back onto the court just before the clock shows 0-0-0. But what a play by Nolan Hickman with the steal.
Yeah, mental error on Pepperdine. Just trying to get it quickly down the court, trying to get a last shot, not paying attention. Gonzaga did a good job of using its head late in the game, late in the half.
And looking to get the ball to Millette was Javon Porter. They're going to take a look at the clock, I think. And no one's gone back into the locker room as yet. We're tied at 40. Hickman in the game with 9. Ike with 11. Watson was 7. And Up was 7. Pepperdine led by Javon Porter with 13. And you see Millette has 9 and 6 from Michael Ajayi. Rebounding, we said it was the key to this game. Zags have a big edge, 23-15. Turnovers. Pepperdine's done a good job taking care of the ball. Have just 4 in the game. They're going to put 1.6 seconds left. The Waves will get possession, I believe, in the backcourt. Not a lot you can do with 1.6 seconds.
You give me the ball, I'll throw it the distance, or we'll send somebody out on the fly route. I got a semester of eligibility left.
Ooh, they're going to give the ball to Gonzaga. Well, the Bulldogs now underneath the Pepperdine basket, 1.6 seconds to go.
Didn't see
ball comes in, Hickman's three-point shot, no good, and the first half is over. Both teams go into the locker room. We are tied, Pepperdine Gonzaga at 40 apiece. There you see Mark Pugh and Lorenzo Romar. They've been battling for years. Big crowd. Both teams into the locker room. We'll come back with our halftime show. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Well, Coach, welcome back into Firestone Fieldhouse as the Waves get ready to take on the Gonzaga Bulldogs. A quick look back in the win against San Diego on Saturday. Could that be a turning point, the way we were able to win that game, coming from 13 down at halftime and then winning on the road? It was quite a victory.
We'll see. I know we certainly came together. I've said it before, Al, when people talk about playing together, playing as a team, they usually refer to offense. We did a good job, I think, down the stretch offensively, but we were really a team defensively. I think the last 8 times we had stops, the last 8 possessions, and that led to a 17-0 run, and it was because we were so together and tied together defensively.
Did that game change right at the start of the second half? Boubacar Coulibaly ignited an 8-0 run to get you right back in the game, and his defense really was instrumental in coming back.
Oh, very much so. He rebounded, he defended, he made baskets, he stole the basketball. You know, he did a lot of things. A couple games ago, Boubacar came in the second half and got us going like that. So he's somebody that was really missed before we had his services. So we're just happy that we have him back.
Houston Millette had a nice game, had 23 points. Of course, he's a great shooter. How important is it for him, like good shooters, to get off to a great start in a game, especially a game like this tonight, that he hits his first shot, maybe the first 2 attempts? Will that make a difference in this game?
Well, it always does with shooters, although I think Houston is one that has had games where he's not scored a point in a half and then come back in the second half and scored 19, 21 points. So he can get it going at any point, but it is good if you can start out and see that first 1 or 2 go in.
Tonight it is Gonzaga. You just played them a couple of weeks ago, but we're going to have a packed house tonight. It should be pretty exciting. What do you expect from Gonzaga? Any changes, and what are some of the keys for Pepperdine to try to turn this around?
Well, we've got to do a good job defending them in the paint. Some teams score in the paint because they drive the ball and dish it. A lot of times with Gonzaga, they just post you up and go right at you. We've got to be able to do a good job of protecting that. We've got to limit them in transition transition. We can't turn the ball over to let them get going. We can't take bad shots to let them get going in transition. We got to do a good job that way.
And how important is rebounding in a game like this?
Oh, it's crucial, especially because they're one of the best rebounding teams around, so we have to do a very good job.
All right, Coach, show you the best of luck. We're going to have a sellout crowd tonight. NBA scouts, President Jim Gash will be doing the commentating as well. Thanks again. Best of luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll come back with more. Stay with us. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Welcome back into Firestone Fieldhouse on the Pepperdine campus in beautiful Malibu, California, along with Pepperdine University President Jim Gash. I'm Al Epstein. There you see the score. We're all tied at 40 in our halftime report being presented by Rusnak BMW. And Pepperdine ends up shooting 47% from the field, and for Gonzaga, 46% from the floor. You see the numbers. Graham Ike, 11 points, and Ben Gregg with just 3, but 8 rebounds, the 6'10 junior. Houston Millette with 9 on 3 of 7 threes. Javon Porter leading Pepperdine, 13 points on 5 of 9 from the floor. That our halftime report being presented by Rusnak BMW. Now our Ticket Smarter smart play of the game. Big crowd on hand. Ethan Anderson finding the spinning Javon Porter, the 6'11 sophomore with the left hand, and laying it up and in on a nice assist by Anderson, who's been playing so well for Pepperdine. And there you see Javon, who leads Pepperdine with 13 points. He missed the first 12 games of the year with a knee injury, but with him healthy, the Waves are a much better team. That being brought to you by the Ticket Smarter smart play of the game. We'll come back with a bit more. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. On the court, we are tied at 40. Biggest lead for Gonzaga has been 9 points. Pepperdine biggest lead just been 2. There have been 7 lead changes in 5 ties as we take a look at the first half stats being brought to you by the parking spot. Graham Ike got the Zags off to a great start, and for Ike ends up with 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting, and he had just 2 rebounds. The 6'9 transfer from Wyoming. Javon Porter for Pepperdine, 13 first half points, leading the way, the 6'11 sophomore. And those two have been battling all night long. As you see, Ike once again didn't play basketball last year, was injured, played 2 years ago, and he averaged almost a double-double, just under 20 points, 10 rebounds a game. As you see, Houston Millette looking on. He had a big first half with 3 3-pointers and 9 points. And Michael Ajayi, league's leading scorer at 18 points a game. And Javon Porter once again able to knock down the jumper. And the Waves and Bulldogs all tied at 40 apiece. That highlights being brought to you by the parking spot. Now our team comparison presented by Rusnak BMW. Both teams shooting about the same. Turnovers, Pepperdine with just 5, 4 for Gonzaga. And the Waves did have 4 steals, past break points. Waves 8-2 advantage. And rebounding, certainly the edge goes to Gonzaga. They out-rebounded Pepperdine 23-16. Waves did manage to hit 50% of their threes. Gonzaga only 25% on 3 of 12. Pepperdine 6 of 12 beyond the arc. And that, our team comparison, brought to you by Rusnak BMW. No crowd settling back in. We get ready with the second half. Our officials for tonight's game, Randy Richardson, Bill Vinovich, and Michael Maika. Capacity of Firestone Fieldhouse about 3,100. And although it's not a complete sellout, the students have come out strong and making a lot of noise, making a big difference for Pepperdine as we get ready with the second half.
You know, I don't know if you realize this, but Vinovich is one of the best referees in the NFL, and so it's great to see him doing a two-sport.
I knew his name sounded familiar. I watched the NFL every Sunday, and of course, big playoff weekend coming up. On this Thursday night, Pepperdine home against LMU on Saturday at 7 o'clock. We'll have it on ESPN+. Zags head down to San Diego on Saturday. St. Mary's is off tonight. They lead the league at 4-0. They're in San Francisco on Saturday. Jumper by Ajayi rolls off, and the rebound taken by Ike. Waves with Koulibaly, Ajayi, and Porter, Anderson and Millette. The Bulldogs, ball tipped away by Koulibaly, out of bounds to Gonzaga. They've got Ike, Gregg, Watson, Hickman, and Nembhard. Waves in their gray, orange, and blue, and the Bulldogs in their white and dark blue. Waves have not beaten Gonzaga since 2002, a string of 46 consecutive games. Could this be the night they break the string and get themselves a win? Inside to Ike. Pivots again. Nice defense by Koulibaly. Watson in the lane, throws it up and in.
You know, Al, I remember that game. I was here as a relatively new law professor at Pepperdine in 2002 when we took it to him. It'd be nice to have that celebration again.
Somebody mentioned it was the exact date that, as the Waves lose it, as we're playing today. Hickman driving is hit and fouled. So here we are on January the 18th, and they said January the 18th, 2002 was the last time Pepperdine beat Gonzaga.
Well, 22 years to the day. Sounds like a time for another Waves victory. Let's just not wait that long to do it again.
No. All right, Hickman with a nice steal. Waves 6 turnovers. Hickman makes the free throw. He has 10. Watson with 9, and Ike with 11. Pepperdine led by Javon Porter with 13. Houston Millette with 9. Michael Ajayi with 6. Free throw in and out. Rebound grab by Ajayi. Ajayi in the first half just had 2 rebounds. All right, right side, inside Anderson. Nowhere to go. He's in the key to Porter. Dribbles to the right side and cut off there by Gregg. These teams match up extremely well with each other. We're going to get a foul. It's going to be against Gonzaga. Going to be on Ike. First on him. First team foul in the second half against the Zags. Out of bounds to Pepperdine. They get 20 on the shot clock. Ball comes into Koulibaly. Out to Anderson. Played 3 years at USC. Last year at Wyoming. Here's Millette. Watson right on him. Koulibaly on the baseline. Transferred in from USC. Played there 2 years. Koulibaly pivots, throws it up, and shot way off. Taken by Nembhard to Watson down the floor. Waves get back in transition. Again, the Zags, the highest scoring team in the West Coast Conference at 84 a game. This is Gregg inside to Ike. Pivot, triple team. Ball knocked away. Ike gets it back and holds on. Left side, three-point shot is good. Anton Watson, a three-pointer. 46-40 Gonzaga, and they start the second half on a 6-0 run, driving to the basket, and we're going to get a foul. Ethan Anderson draws and creates contact.
Waves are pressing again. They went through a period where they got down early, started pressing again, made some poor mistakes. They need to just battle back one basket at a time, not trying to get all back at once.
Ball comes into Millette right side to put up a 3. Hits the back of the rim, and Ike with the rebound. Here comes Gonzaga. In the front court to Nembhard. Dribbling to the right side. Cut off there by Anderson. It goes to Ike. Backing in on Koulibaly. Double team comes. Ike gets rid of it. Long three-pointer is short. And the ball rebounded, fumbled, diving on the floor. It's 1st and 10 as we have Watson along with Koulibaly on the floor. Ball tied up, alternating possession. Has been Gregg being helped up as well.
A lot of big things up. A lot of big bodies on the floor. Those the court wipers got their work cut out for them right now.
9 on the shot clock. It will be Gonzaga ball, so they'll keep it. 17:22 to play. 46-40 Gonzaga. And Nembhard, who does everything for this team, averaging 13 points, almost 6 assists a game, 4 rebounds. Plays on the Canadian Junior National Team. He's from Ontario.
He's also leading the league in minutes played, which you typically don't see from a Gonzaga team this early in the year because they've been ahead of so many non-conference games that their starters come out. This year they've struggled in non-conference, and we see their starters playing most of the game.
All right, Mark few along the sidelines. Lorenzo Romo coaching the Waves. Pepperdine 9-10 on the year, 2-2 in league. They are in 5th place. Gonzaga at 2-1. They sit in 4th place, 11-5 on the year. Over the last 6 games, the Zags are just 3-3. Pepperdine playing much better. They are won 4 of their last 6 and are 8-3 in this building. Boy, outside here in Southern California, a little bit overcast, about 62 degrees. A little bit cool for Southern California, but in Spokane today, it reached a high of 12 and a low of 4 degrees. They are expecting some snow later tonight up in the northwest. And we'll reset the shot clock to 20 as the officials went over to the sideline. The Zags will bring it in. Off to a 6-0 run to begin the second half. Goes to Ike, left side along the baseline, guarded by Coulibaly. Ike with the dribble, looking to penetrate. Right side, Gregg, three-point shot, rattles in and out. Coulibaly with the rebound. Here comes Pepperdine. Anderson front court. Anderson right side with the dribble, get into the lane, underneath, pivot, throw it up and in.
Now he's a muscular point guard. You saw it right there. Can really bang it inside with people his size.
Ethan Anderson able to get the basket, 46-42 along the baseline. Ike shot rolls off. Millett gets it for Pepperdine. Millett in the front court with the dribble left side. According to the local papers, Gonzaga came into this game as a 13.5-point favorite. Right side, Anderson once again, the graduate senior, dribbles into the lane, puts it up, shot just misses. Ball tipped out, Millett gets it. And right side it goes to Ajayi. Both teams a man-to-man defense. Porter down low, double teamed. Ike helps out. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Millett left side, dribbles, stops, fumbles it. 2 on the shot clock. Millett over to Porter, puts it up, shot no good, and a shot clock violation.
They've got to get a quality shot in every possession to stay in this game.
Timeout taken, 16 minutes to go, 46-42. Zags, you're watching the WCC on ESPN+. 46-42 game as Zags have the lead. 16 minutes remaining, along with Pepperdine University President Jim Gash. I'm Al Epstein. Big crowd on hand at Firestone Fieldhouse as we take a look at Pepperdine's upcoming schedule. Brought to you by Wolfpack Wealth Management. LMU here on Saturday. We'll have it on ESPN+. And the Waves head to Santa Clara next Thursday, then back home against San Diego, on the road to Portland, then a showdown with San Francisco in early February. That the upcoming schedule being brought to you by Wolfpack Wealth Management. Pepperdine shooting 43% from the floor. Gonzaga 44% from the field. Waves now with 7 turnovers. Gonzaga with only 4 points in the paint. 24-16 Gonzaga, rebounding 28-20 Bulldogs.
Yeah, the rebound statistic that's most important is 9 offensive rebounds for the Zags, 3 offensive rebounds for the Waves. The second chance points are all on one side of the ledger.
Yeah, 9 offensive boards that have led to 5 points. All right, it is Gonzaga ball. It is Ben Gregg, top of the circle, being guarded by Javon Porter. Hickman left side, Ike turns against Coulibaly, backs in along the baseline, throws it up, shot misses, but there's a foul. It'll be on Coulibaly.
That'll be his third.
3 on him. And second team foul against the Waves, and Ike will be shooting 2. Well, Graham Ike out of the NCAA portal makes the free throw. Jim, as we look at the West Coast Conference and how it's changing next season, Washington State and Oregon State will join the league, giving them 11 schools. Talk about that and what it might mean to the conference.
Right, that's a 2-year deal where Oregon State and Washington State have committed while they're figuring out what's going to happen with the Pac-12 that's become the Pac-2. What that's going to do is going to bring a lot more coverage to the West Coast Conference, bring a lot more big-time games to basketball at Pepperdine.
misses or makes one and two, does EK. 47-42 Gonzaga. And for Oregon State and Washington State, really looking for a home. That kind of came on a little bit sudden, but I guess there were talks earlier on that were kept pretty quiet.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks always going on between the commissioners. Our commissioner, Stu Jackson, did an excellent job of helping the Pac-2, these schools, understand that the Olympic sports, the volleyball, the tennis, the other things that we play in our conference quite well, is a better fit for those schools than the Mountain West, where they're going to be playing football. Since we're not a football conference, they're going to be playing football in the Mountain West and playing the other sports with us. And so we'll see what happens in 2 years. We would love for them to continue to stay.
And how big was it to lose Brigham Young to the Big 12? Certainly a school that had great success in the athletics.
It was a big blow. We wish them the best, but we wish they were still with us as well.
All right, Nembhard right side, 47-42 Gonzaga, 14:55 to play, 6 on the shot clock. Ball goes to Ike on the baseline, throws it up and in. Ike in the game now with 14, 12 for Watson, 49-42 Gonzaga, 14:38 to go. This is Malik Moore, top of the key. Waves have played well in this building, 8-3. Outside Porter, shot missing. And here comes Gonzaga once again. Waves not getting that second and third opportunity on the offensive glass. Here's Nolan Hickman, returning starter from last year and originally committed to Kentucky.
Porter got hot in the first half. Pepperdine needs him to get hot again.
And Nembhard to Hickman, 7 on the shot clock. Hickman along the baseline, tries to find Gregg, but throws it away. At the other end, Millette, he'll stop and shoot a 3, and that's long. Rebound grabbed by Gregg. Down the floor to Ike, slam it in. And Pepperdine wants a timeout. The Zags up by 9, 51-42 on an 11-2 run to begin the second half. 13:48 to go. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. The Zags with their, at least tying their biggest lead in this game, 51-42, a 9-point advantage as the Waves start the second half. Only 1 of 8 from the field, 12%, and the Zags make 4 of their first 8 shots, 50%. We have 13:48 to go in the second half. Pepperdine down by 9 points, rebounding 31-21 Bulldogs. Points in the paint, 26-16 Gonzaga.
The last time the Gonzaga Bulldogs got up by 9 and Pepperdine made a run. Let's see if that's going to happen again.
There's a long way to go in this one. It is a high-scoring game, so the ball's going up rather quick, so you can get back in this game very quickly. All right, Pepperdine will have the ball, moving right to left. And coming out of the backcourt, Malik Moore. It being guarded by Ryan Nembhard. Houston Millette, Waves only 2 points to begin the second half. Porter for 3 is short. Waves continue to struggle and maybe shooting a bit quick, too quick against the Gonzaga defense and trying to be a little more patient. Ike backs in, spins, throws it up and in. 18 for Ike. Biggest lead of the game, 11, 53-42, 13-14 to play. Achai with the dribble. He's had a quiet night. Pulls up, jumper short. One shot and done down the floor. Hickman right side with the dribble. Hickman goes to Anton Watson. He backs in on Achai. Watson on the baseline, muscles his way in, lays it up and in. It counts his foul. Anton Watson now with 14. Second on Ajayi. 3 team fouls against the Waves. And now it's 55-42. 13-point lead. He's just muscling his way in. 6'9", 230. Fifth-year senior. Hugo Lopez is from Spokane. Missed the free throw. Boy, the Bulldogs have left a lot of points to the free throw line. They're 5 of 11. And up by 13. Porter dribbled to the basket and is hit and fouled. So creating contact, Javon Border, 12:44 to go. So, Jim, I have to ask you, you've been the president, hard to believe it's been 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
2019, and in your first year, you have to face the pandemic. What was that like trying to navigate through that? There was no blueprint for it. Nobody knew.
There was no blueprint, and there was no permission for anybody to come to the games to watch except for those who were considered essential personnel. And they deemed me essential personnel, so I got to sit up here in an empty stadium and root for the Waves. And when someone yelled at the ref, they knew exactly who that was. Yeah, it was a trying time for all of academia, but our team, our leadership team rallied together. Pepperdine didn't lay off a single person, didn't furlough anybody, and balanced the budget. So we felt like we came through it well.
Porter makes 1 of 2. He has 14 in the game, and certainly you and your staff did a great job working through very difficult times.
We did a lot of praying too, Al. A lot of praying.
Dusty Stromer, left side, it goes to Watson. Guarded by Moore. Watson back out to Nembhard. 3-point shot, and he got it. Ryan Nembhard, 58-43, Gonzaga. 12:15 to play. Here's Millett. Again, a long way to go in a game like this because it's so high scoring. You can get back in the game very quickly. Here's Niels Cooper, the freshman. Out to Moore, right side. It goes down low to Porter, backing in. Inside, throw it up. Shot no good. Rebound by Watson. And Watson out of the backcourt. Gonzaga travels well. They brought a lot of fans with them across the way. Left side to Nolan Hickman. Down to 11:40 remaining. Long way to go in this one. Goes to Nembhard. Sooner or later, you'd think the Wave would start making some shots. Oh, here's Watson. Got to be an offensive foul. Yes.
Yeah, an 18-3 run. 18-3 run in this half. It's not how the Waves drew it up in the locker room at halftime, I'm sure.
We get a timeout. 58-43 Gonzaga, 11:34 to play. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Welcome back into Firestone Fieldhouse on the Pepperdine campus in Malibu. Waves down 58-43, 11:34 to go. Gotta love AC/DC and Guns N' Roses as the place really energized with some great rock and roll, to say the least.
This is my kind of music, Al. I like this coming out of the break. Maybe the Waves will get excited about it as well.
AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, welcome to the jungle, and the crowd enjoying themselves. More importantly for Pepperdine, only 1 of 11 from the field, 9% in the second half, 37% for the game. And for Gonzaga, they made 7 of 11 shots second half, 64%, 50% for the game. Points in the paint, 30-16 in favor of Gonzaga, rebounding 35-22. Zags have the edge.
This is what Gonzaga has looked like in the past years. This Gonzaga team has come together in the second half in a way that we would expect a Gonzaga team to look.
They have their biggest lead of 15, 58-43, but 11:29 remaining in the front court. Malik Moore goes to Houston Millett. Being guarded by Nembhard, stumbles, and it goes to Coulibaly. Waves holding on. Left side to Ajayi with the dribble, go to the basket, triple teamed and lost it. Waves' 8th turnover of the game. And Watson in the front court. Waves got to be careful. They got to keep this close with still 11 minutes remaining. Need a couple of stops here in the next couple of minutes. Try to get this down to about 6 to 8 points. Here's Watson double teamed. This is Stomer outside. 3-point shot doesn't go. Rebound grabbed by Moore. Moore in the front court. Moore top of the key. 3-pointer. That's off the mark. Tipped by Coulibaly, no good. Ike gets it for Gonzaga. Front court, Nembhard driving, laying up and in. Ryan Nembhard, 60-43, Gonzaga. Boy, Waves being outscored 20-3 in this second half. Remember, it was tied at 40 to begin at halftime. 10:19 to play. This is Ajayi right side, 17-foot jumper short. Ball comes up, diving there is Cooper, but the Zags have it. Front court, Hickman, dribble inside, underneath, lay it up and in, it counts as fouled. Nolan Hickman. 6 62-43 Bulldogs. As you see the Gonzaga fans, first the West Coast Conference Tournament back in Las Vegas. March 7th to the 12th, men and women, be the 16th year they've held the tournament in Las Vegas. At the Orleans Arena, at the Orleans Hotel. Hickman with a nice with the left hand. Tonight he has 12 in the game. Ike with 18. Watson with 14. And Hickman trying to complete the three-point play. Porter has 14. Millette with 9. But again, the Waves have scored just 3 points in the second half. Hickman's free throw is good. He's got 13, and the Waves are back by 20. But still, 10 minutes remaining. Pressuring once again. Here's Cooper. Give it inside to Coulibaly. He's trapped underneath. Puts up the shot. Scores. It counts as foul.
See if they can get some momentum going now off of that.
The Waves needed that. Going to be on Huff his third. 5 team fouls against the Bulldogs. You see Coulibaly with a nice effort inside. Coulibaly about 50% at the free throw line. 6'10" redshirt junior from Bamako, Mali.
Shaq made a career making 50% free throws, so there's precedent for that, but that's not what we're looking for.
63-46, Waves back by 17. All right, this is Huff. Out in front to Gregg. So Watson and Ike are sitting and getting some valuable rest here. Right side, Stromer, three-point shot rattles in. Dusty Stromer out of Notre Dame Sherman Oaks here in Southern California, a 4-star recruit, and it's 66-46. Left side to Porter. Porter backs in the lane, pivot, fall away, jumper, hits the back of the rim. Stromer with the rebound. Here comes Gonzaga once again. Hard to believe, but you just kind of think what kind of adjustments that Gonzaga has made to make it so one-sided in the second half. 26-6.
It has certainly quieted the crowd as well. In the first half, my Apple Watch kept telling me I was in a loud environment and I need to get out of it. It hasn't been loud again.
Gregg with the lay-in. He's got 5, 68-46. 8:35 remaining. Inside Coulibaly puts it up and scores. Boubacar Coulibaly. 68-48. 8:25 to go. Now for Pepperdine, who had won 4 of their last 6. St. Mary's is at San Francisco on Saturday. The Dons hosting LMU tonight. St. Mary's, the league favorite. Shot missing. Pepperdine gets it. Here's Millette front court. Waves were picked 7th at the start of the season. Zags second. Millette misses underneath, and Huff gets the loose ball.
Excellent drive. Good look. Just didn't fall.
Runs Romar along the sidelines in his 6th season. 9th year overall. The clock becoming a factor. 7:45 left. Nemard right side. Out to Huff, top of the key at 6'10", guarded by Coulibaly. To Stromer along the baseline, dribbling, stops. Inside to Gregg, fumbles it, lost it. Waves forced the turnover. For the Zags, only 7 turnovers on the night. This is Millette right side, jumper is short. Rebound, Coulibaly up high, and the ball is tied up. .18 to go. We get a timeout. Zags up by 20. 68-48. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Oh, 68-48. Gonzaga 7:18 remaining. And Jim, as the conference has Washington State and Oregon State to next year and the year after. Talk about the ability or possibility of a realignment in the WCC.
Well, there's been realignment all over the country, as we've known. We've seen the Pac-10 disintegrate, and we've seen the Big 12 bulge. We've seen the SEC bulge. We've seen the Big 10 bulge. And the question is, what are the knock-on effects going to be in other conferences? And so, as the West Coast Conference loses BYU to the Big 12, then you don't want to be a conference with 9 typically, and so you got to look and see what's potentially available. And so we're seeing a lot of conversations, a lot of jockeying for position. And so I would say stay tuned for conferences like ours and the WAC and others to say what's next.
What's driving all these changes with the Pac-12 being broken up?
Football money. It's football money. Football money is driving everything, and that's why Charlie Baker, the head of the NCAA, is starting to look at possibilities of trying to get football separated. And so be watching over the next year or two as things change and how money is distributed, and perhaps football may end up being in its own conference.
All right, Pepperdine with the ball, trying to get back in this game. A little over 7 minutes remaining along the baseline. This is Court Stansberry's jumper is off the mark, and the Waves continue to struggle. They are 3 of 19 here in the second half, just 15%. And Gonzaga 11 of 17 in the second half, 65% so far, and they built up the big lead of 26:49 to play. With the dribble, Nemhard, and bumped and fouled by Coulibaly.
You see Gonzaga now up to shooting 52%, which is an excellent shooting percentage on the year, which is Pepperdine has the highest percentage of the opponent's shooting percentage in the conference. And so you see, if you want to have a good shooting night, so far it's been against Pepperdine.
All right, out of bounds. Waves just their 15th foul. Mark Few along the sidelines. National Coach of the Year 2021. Bulldogs, 25 conference titles overall, 23 in the last 25 years. Waves have 12 conference titles. Ike inside with a slam dunk, and he has 20. 70-48. Waves have 13 NCAA appearances. It's been a while. But you get into the West Coast Conference tournament, that certainly changes a lot of things. It's winner take all and getting the automatic bid. Be back in Las Vegas for the 16th year. Stansberry right side, jumper along the baseline, good. 70-50 Bulldogs, 6 minutes to go.
Excellent pure shooter. It's great to watch him play.
Good looking redshirt freshman for the Waves, that's 6'3". And this Ryan Nemhard, all of a sudden the Bulldogs in no hurry trying to run time off the clock with the big lead here in the second half. The defense by Gonzaga has been very good in this second period, really contesting a lot of Pepperdine shots. Ike again knocks down the jumper. Yes, 22, and it's 72-50 Anderson, and we're going to get a foul on the dribble. Well, Jim, for you, what's a day like for the president of a major university? What time do you get up? Do you go to the gym? Maybe play? I don't know if you have time for a round of golf. But I
don't play golf. I get up at 5 and run. And so my job, you heard the song, working 9 to 5. I work 5 to 9. Right. That's my typical work day. And so I start at 5 and usually work until about 9. Often in things like this, going to sporting events.
Right.
But loving to be with donors and be with alums and watching our Waves compete.
All right, it's Shy with the dribble along the baseline, double teamed out to Stansberry. One bounce dribble, his shot good. Stansberry back-to-back shots, 72-52. Waves still back by 20, 4:55 to play. Points in the paint and rebounding, and Gonzaga's done a good job contesting Pepperdine shots for the most part. In the corner, long three is good by Hickman. And the Bulldogs can't miss. 16 for Nolan Hickman, 22 for Ike, and Watson with 14. And it's 75-52. The good news is nobody's left the building. Everybody's still here.
That's the good news. The better news would be if there was a reason for them to be here cheering.
Offensive foul on Coulibaly. That is number 5 on him. He is fouled out. There are 6 NBA scouts in attendance. Lorenzo Romo along the sidelines. Minnesota, the Clippers. I think Miami is here. A lot of people to see. Anton Watson, know the NBA is looking at him. The local guy out of Spokane, Washington State Player of the Year back in 2019. And there you see Lorenzo Romo. 4:25 left. Pepperdine home on Saturday against LMU. Lions are in San Francisco tonight. That game, well, probably in the first half. It tipped off at 8 p.m. St. Mary's is off. San Francisco 3-0 and 14-4 overall. Santa Clara hosting Pacific. The Broncos, of course, who beat the Zags last Thursday, are 3-1 in league. Here's Nembhard. Unless the Waves can rally, they'll have to wait till next season to try to beat the Zags. Inside, Watson. 16 for the graduate. Inside, Cooper throws it up and down he goes.
Well, this is a clinic in the second half. 37-12.
We get a timeout. 77-52 Zags, 3:55 left. You're watching the WCC on ESPN+. Now the Gonzaga Bulldogs with a big second half, leading 77-52, 3:55 to go, and now a Rusnak BMW precision play of the game. You see Ryan Nembhard, nice pass to Graham Ike, who has 22 points on the night. And for Ike, 10 of 16 from the field, 7 rebounds, just so mobile and active at 6'9", 255. And then a precision play of the game brought to you by Rusnak BMW. So, Jim, you were talking a little bit about overseas at Pepperdine, and I guess a big event coming up this weekend with the LMU game.
Yeah, I actually head out tonight. I'm going to miss the LMU game on Saturday because I'm heading to London on a red-eye tonight to go visit our campus in London. We've got campuses in London, England, Florence, Italy, Heidelberg, Germany, Vevey, Switzerland, Buenos Aires, Argentina. The sun never sets on Pepperdine. And so I'm out there to visit our students and have some meetings out there. So I'll miss the game, but I'll be following you live from London. 8 hours difference. It's going to be a late night for me.
All right, a lot of coffee. All right, 77-52 Gonzaga. It will be Nils Cooper at the free throw line. Waves being outscored in the paint 40-20, rebounding 40-25. All the things we talked about on our keys to the game. Waves needed to rebound. Try to check inside. Ike with 22-16 for Anton Watson. Between the two, they are 17 of 26 from the field. Ben Gregg has 9 rebounds. Watson 8 rebounds. So 77-53, under 4 minutes left. Pepperdine home Saturday, 7 p.m. They'll take on Loyola Marymount. And for Gonzaga, they'll head down to San Diego and take on the Toreros. The Bulldogs in no hurry. Comeback win for Gonzaga after sitting with that loss for a week against Santa Clara. Stromer outside. Good-looking freshman. And Notre Dame Sherman Oaks, the same school that produced the Yankees' Giancarlo Stanton. An outstanding baseball player. Inside, Ajay has been held in check tonight. Along the baseline, driving, laying it in, Nils Cooper. 80-55. Now, the Waves will try to bounce back on Saturday. They head to Santa Clara next Thursday and back home against San Diego. A long way to go in this conference regular season. As Nembhard, top of the key with the dribble, looks to Ike, wide open, laid up and in. And he's got 24. For Ike, his career best is 35. Got that when he was at Wyoming as a freshman. 82-55. And here is Porter with the dribble and draws the foul. Just amazing how one half can look so different than another half, and just so one-sided after the game tied at 40.
It looks like a completely different basketball game. Yeah, it looks like a different basketball game than the first half did. But it shows that the Waves can put it together and maybe going into the tournament will give them confidence that if they play Gonzaga in the tournament, that they can play with them. They just got to put two halves together, and they certainly did not do so tonight. We had a great first half, but Gonzaga really has dominated the second half.
The good thing is the Waves are done with Gonzaga for the rest of the year, at least maybe to the West Coast Conference Tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
Still got San Francisco twice and St. Mary's twice. 82-57. Jalen Petrie back in, the 6'8" sophomore out of Long Beach.
Gonzaga's really going to need to get some wins on the road against St. Mary's and against San Francisco to ensure that their at-large bid is looking better than it does right now.
They're at St. Mary's, the last regular season game of the year, on March 2nd. They're at San Francisco on February 29th. It is a home and home. Jun Suk Yo comes in. He is from South Korea. And that's Yo right there. His jumper right side. He knocks it down. 84-57. 2 minutes left.
You see the person guarding court right now is Mark Few's son. Joe's out there getting some playing time.
That goes to Ajayi, out to Stansberry. Long three-point shot rolls off. And Gregg with his 10th rebound of the game. For Ben Gregg, the 6'10" junior has played well. Got the start tonight. Dribbles down the lane. Ball knocked out of bounds. Well, Joe Few is in the game. Mark Few's son just got in. Number 15, 6-foot sophomore out of Spokane, and Gonzaga Prep doesn't get a lot of playing time. We didn't think we'd see him. We thought this would be a much closer game.
Well, Michael Ajayi, welcome into the game. Welcome into the game with a block shot.
84-57. Elijah Gassama comes in for Pepperdine, 6'9" sophomore. 1:33 left, and Braden Huff. This is the Gregg, top of the key. From a 40-40 halftime game, and Huff makes the jumper. To 46-17. Just didn't see it coming, to tell you the truth. Waves really competed in the first half. Here's Cooper with the dribble. Back outside to Moore. He'll pull up, 16-foot jumper, and he got it. Malik Moore, the 6'5" sophomore out of Ventura. His dad, Lee, played basketball at Long Beach State. All right, Stromer with the dribble. Gets in the lane, fall away, jumper, hits the back of the rim. Stansberry has it. 40 seconds left. This is Stansberry out to Petrie. And Malik Moore, clock winding down, shot clock about 14 seconds ahead of the game clock. And some of the fans start to head for the exit. Left side, Gassama. 9 on the shot clock. This is Petrie inside, tries to take it up and draws the foul. Well, 20 seconds to go.
Let's give credit where credit is due. Mark Few and his coaching staff made great adjustments at halftime, which is why tonight is going to be his 700th win.
Yes.
Incredible coach. So congratulations to Mark Few on getting that milestone here at Pepperdine.
Number 700, only the 14th coach in the history of the NCAA to reach 700. 14 times Conference Coach of the Year. And you see Mark Few keeps getting younger, too, after 25 years.
Kind of like me, Al. Is that right? Kind of like me.
Absolutely.
He's still got his hair, though.
All right, 86-61. And Jim, any final thoughts on this one? I think you said it pretty well, and you said the adjustments made by Gonzaga really changed the game.
Well, let me just say what a pleasure it was, Al, after listening to you all these years, to have the opportunity to sit next to you and call the game. You're a consummate professional. That's why you're in the Pepperdine Sports Hall of Fame. We're grateful for your service.
Thanks again.
God bless you. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Final score, 86-61, as Gonzaga gets the victory. And for Pepperdine, they fall to 9-11 and 2-3 in league. For the Bulldogs, they go to 3-1 and now 12-5 on the season. The Bulldogs led by Graham Ike with 24. Anton Watson at 16 for Nolan Hickman. And you see Lorenzo Romar and Mark Few, good friends off the court. As we take a look at some of the highlights being brought to you by University Credit Union. There you see Graham Ike, a dominant player. And the game was tied at 40 apiece, 46-21 in the second half. And you see Ike, just an outstanding player. He might be the player of the year in the conference. And Nils Cooper driving to the basket. Crowd tonight, well, they're listed as sellout, 3,100. There were some empty seats in the building. Saw a competitive game for the first 20 minutes, but in the second half, it was all Gonzaga making the adjustments. Their defense was excellent as they constantly harassed Pepperdine trying to shoot. Waves against LMU on Saturday, 7 o'clock. We'll have it on ESPN Plus, and the Zags go down to San Diego this weekend. For Pepperdine President Jim Gash, our entire Game On Entertainment crew, I'm Al Epstein. Good night, everyone.